Just a few years ago, AMD was a name whispered in the shadows of Silicon Valley as a company on its last breath. They were bleeding cash, market share was evaporating, and many experts thought bankruptcy was inevitable. But today, the story has shifted in a way that almost nobody expected. AMD has risen from the ashes. They have become one of the most critical players in the entire global AI infrastructure. And with the AI gold rush in full swing, investors are asking a massive question. Is AMD stock actually the biggest hidden winner of the entire AI revolution? Is it real growth or is it just more hype? Today, we dive into the data. This is the AMD Finance documentary. Let's get started. To understand where AMD is going, you have to understand exactly what they build. For decades, AMD has been a household name for gamers, powering high-end PCs and consoles. They create the CPUs, the brains of the computer, and GPUs, which handle intense graphics. In fact, if you own a modern gaming console, chances are it's running on AMD silicon. But over the last decade, AMD's focus has shifted to something much bigger: data centers. Their EPYC processors are now the engine room for the world's most powerful cloud services. Major players like Amazon, Google, and Microsoft all rely on AMD to power their clouds. By out-innovating the competition, they've taken massive market share in the server space. But now, everything is about AI. Artificial intelligence requires a specific type of power. They don't just need standard processors, they need massive AI accelerators. This is where AMD's GPU expertise gives them a massive advantage over everyone else. They are one of the only companies on earth that can combine high-end CPUs and GPUs. This hybrid approach is what makes them a formidable force in the AI era. They are building the specialized hardware that will train the next generation of AI. Every chip they produce is a building block for the future of human intelligence. And as we are about to see, the world's hunger for this power is just getting started. In late 2022, the launch of ChatGPT changed the trajectory of the entire tech industry. Suddenly, artificial intelligence wasn't just a science fiction dream, it was a reality. Every major corporation on the planet realized they had to adapt or be left behind. To train these models, you need thousands of specialized chips working in perfect harmony. To train these models, you need thousands of specialized chips working in perfect harmony. The world's biggest companies started a bidding war for every chip they could find. This created the greatest chip shortage in history and a massive opportunity for investors. Investors began pouring billions into any company that could provide the hardware. The demand for AI accelerators exploded far beyond even the wildest predictions. It became clear, in the AI gold rush, the ones selling the shovels were the winners. And those shovels were semiconductor chips, specifically GPUs and AI accelerators. The total addressable market for these chips is projected to reach trillions. We are looking at a growth curve that we have never seen before in human history. Every tech cycle has a defining leader. In the PC era, it was Intel. In mobile, it was Apple. For the start of the AI era, NVIDIA took the crown almost immediately. NVIDIA's dominance was total, but the market was desperate for an alternative. Major companies didn't want to be locked into a single supplier with no choice. The stage was set for a massive challenger to step up, and that's where AMD comes in. The demand for AI accelerators exploded, far beyond even the wildest predictions. The battle for the future of artificial intelligence is now a two-horse race. NVIDIA has the early lead, but AMD is closing the gap with incredible speed. AMD's flagship AI chip, the MI300X, is designed to match the best in the world. The competitive tech race has reached a fever pitch, with billions on the line. Big tech buyers like Meta and Microsoft are already placing massive orders for AMD. NVIDIA has a walled garden, while AMD is building an open-source alternative. Big tech buyers like Meta and Microsoft are already placing massive orders for AMD. NVIDIA has a walled garden, while AMD is building an open source alternative. NVIDIA has a walled garden, while AMD is building an open source alternative. Developers are starting to switch, seeking freedom from proprietary lockdowns. Market analysts are now starting to look beyond the initial NVIDIA hype. If AMD can bridge the software gap, the market share shift could be massive. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a fundamental fight for the soul of computing. Market analysts are now starting to look beyond the initial NVIDIA hype. This battle won't be won in a single quarter, it's a battle for the next decade. The world needs a second source for AI chips, and AMD is the only viable candidate. The monopoly is being challenged, and the stakes have never been higher. The headlines are changing, and investors are starting to notice the shift. The headlines are changing, and investors are starting to notice the shift. Smart money is moving, positioning for a future with more than one leader. Can AMD actually overtake the giant? Some experts believe it's possible. Their engineering prowess has been proven time and time again. The Silicon War is just heating up, and the winner will control the future. So, why are investors watching AMD stock so closely right now? Many believe AMD is still in the very early innings of its AI growth story. The revenue potential from their data center division is absolutely massive. If they can capture just 20% of the AI chip market, the stock could soar. Historical data shows that being the second player in a massive market is highly profitable. Top analysts are revising their price targets as AI demand stays red hot. We are witnessing the birth of a brand new trillion-dollar industry. The foundation for the next tech giant is being laid in silicon today. Investors are looking for the next massive winner, and many see it here. AMD's valuation compared to NVIDIA makes it an attractive play for some. Global demand for high performance computing is non negotiable. Innovation is moving at the speed of light, and AMD is keeping pace. The dynamics of the semiconductor market are shifting in favor of the challenger. They have the leadership, the talent, and the technology to succeed. The upside potential is what's keeping traders up at night. But before you dive in, we have to talk about the other side of the coin. The history of Silicon Valley is built on underdogs who changed the world. The path to the top is paved with failure and fierce competition. Investing in AMD stock is not a guaranteed path to riches. Far from it. The semiconductor market is notoriously cyclical and prone to crashes. Competition is absolutely brutal, and NVIDIA isn't going to give up easily. NVIDIA has a massive head start in software and an incredible war chest. One bad earnings report or a single chip delay can wipe out billions in value. Geopolitical risks, especially in Taiwan, are a constant threat to supply. If anything disrupts chip manufacturing, the entire AI boom could stall. In this industry, the cost of a single mistake is astronomically high. Moody shot of a dark trading desk with red lights and tense atmosphere. If the AI hype doesn't turn into real profits for companies, demand will drop. AMD stock is priced for perfection, leaving little room for error. You have to be prepared for insane volatility if you're in this sector. Fortunes can be made and lost in the blink of a digital eye. The next decade will be a wild ride for everyone involved. So where does that leave us? Let's get to the big question. The risks are real and they are significant. Don't ignore them. Or is it becoming one of the most important AI businesses of the century? Competition is absolutely brutal, and NVIDIA isn't going to give up easily. The technology they are building today will power the discoveries of tomorrow. The AI race has just begun, and the finish line is nowhere in sight. Whether AMD becomes the ultimate winner remains to be seen. But one thing is for certain, the world will never be the same. What do you think? Is AMD the best AI stock to buy right now? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read everyone. And if you enjoyed this documentary, make sure to subscribe for more. We bring you deep dives into the world of finance and AI every week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. The future is built on silicon. Don't blink. End of documentary. This concludes our film. Thank you for watching.